Congratulations on hitting the end of this chapter. This chapter was all about handling text data in our C++ programs. We started out by showing you that we could manipulate our character array and really do stuff with each character in the array. We could do a few checks on our characters. For example, we could check if it is an alphabetic character. We could check if a character is a blank character, if it's uppercase or lowercase. We could do all kinds of crazy things. We moved a level up and learned about the C-string facilities we have in the C++ standard library. We showed you a few facilities you could use to manipulate your C-strings and do things with them. For example, you could concatenate them, you could check the length of a string, you could copy strings, you could also do all kinds of crazy things. But we know that C-strings are not that easy or convenient to work with. For example, you have to remember to make sure they are properly null terminated. You have to remember this \0 thing. You may either put that in explicitly yourself, or you could go through some mechanisms to let the C++ compiler autofill this for you. But long story short, you have to remember this. Another thing is that you have to keep track of the size of the array and make sure you don't go overbound. And this is really too much work if you really just want to save string in your type in C++. C++ provides std string to do just that. It is a wrapper on top of a character array, but it provides an easy-to-use interface we can go through to do all kinds of crazy things with our std strings. Again, we could concatenate, we could search, we could copy, we could do all kinds of crazy things through an easier interface. And again, with std string, we don't have to worry about going overbound in our string because std string is going to take care of that. If we try to take too much space than the string can currently handle, it's going to make itself big. std string is that smart. We also don't have to remember to handle this null terminator. std string is going to handle that for us. And we saw a lot of examples of how you can work with this thing. If I could summarize this entire chapter in one sentence, it would be basic facilities to handle text data in your C++ programs. And this is my recommendation. If you have to handle text data in your C++ program, make sure you store your data in an std string type. That's going to give you a lot of convenience in how you work with your string data. If you have to use character arrays, make sure they are initialized properly and that you have a null terminator in. That's going to make it work properly with many of the facilities that C++ provides. And last but not least, don't forget to take advantage of std string view to avoid unnecessary copies of your strings in your C++ applications. This is just an introduction to how you work with text data in your C++ programs, and we will have a lot of chances to reuse these things in the next few chapters ahead. This is really all I had to share in this chapter. I hope you found it interesting. We are going to stop here in this lecture. The next one we're going to start and learn about functions in C++. Go ahead and finish up here and meet me there.